Yeah, there you go. There you go. Very good. Thank you. Okay, so you grew up in church?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah. And there are a lot of rituals in church. So, would you tip a little bit that way? I know she's nervous, of
Y'all
course.
make me nervous.
Yeah, I know. Well, I'll move out here then. So the question I posed for you to think about is, when did God become more than just a word for you?
Well, I'm kind of a slow learner, so grew up.
So was John Wesley, so don't feel bad. Yeah.
I grew up in the church, in the Catholic Church. We were at church 3 days a week because I went to parochial school until 12th grade, so we were always in church. And then we went on Sundays. We were active in the youth group. We volunteered through the Knights of Columbus and through the church. So the church was always part of my life. So probably in my 30s is when my life hit some bumps in the roads. And I knew God was always there. And I always thought I had a relationship with him. But in my 30s, my life took some serious turns. And in those turns is when I decided, it was like, I know God's there. He's in the back of my mind. I don't need to go in, sit, stand, kneel. I needed to take that to the next level. And met a Methodist pastor. And he got me really thinking. He got me, all the intellectual stuff. You know everything you've been taught. You know all the stories. What's the next step? And so in that conversation, that was the seed that was planted that made me really dig in and say, how do I have this relationship with the living God that's everywhere? And it was a challenge. Again, a hard learner here. The opening of my heart to have those gut-wrenching conversations was where it started. Because if I'm going through this, other people in my community, people that I'm sitting next to in church, they're all going through it too. So we started a parenting group, and it was like, how is your relationship with God affecting your parenting? And that was pretty much the seed and the start and the turn of going into a relationship with God, and not just have the understanding that, he sent Jesus for me personally, as well as for everybody else on the earth. Excuse me. So that was pretty much the start of the relationship.
So you use the word gut-wrenching, and that would parallel to many of our lives, that we needed some type of an experience that said, what I've got isn't enough.
Correct.
Okay, and so you went through that. So then how does that play out as the weeks have become months, the months have become years, and the years have become decades? How is it that you've, in a sense, kept that fire going? How do you continue, in a sense, to find avenues? What avenues do you use to come into the presence of the living God, like we just sang about?
Yep. So everybody goes through a point in their life where they have gut-wrenching experiences. And in a relationship, you don't just pair up during the gut-wrenching part. You celebrate the highs. And it's that building upon that relationship. So for me, I come to church every Sunday to refill my basket, to be around everyone that loves the Lord as much as I do. During the week, you interact with so many different people, but I will sit out in my backyard and I will just have a conversation with God.
Okay.
And I will say, thank you for the opportunity to assist an elderly person who was trying to struggle buying groceries, and they were deciding what to put back. Well, God blessed me, and so I'm able to bless by saying, here's a gift. And just being able to connect not only with people, but to actually set time out to celebrate God and what God's done for me. So that can be anywhere from my backyard to the grocery store to Bible study to just taking a prayer and refocusing myself throughout the day. So I probably talk to God, if I had to put a time frame to it, about 3 hours a day. So I want to, I'll tear up here, but the fact that God gave us Jesus and Jesus died specifically for me, that is so overwhelming for me that as I passed from the understanding and the education and everything and looked at how I have that relationship with God every day, that just humbles me to the point where I need to sit down and talk to him. I need to say, here's what's going on, and keep my eyes open so I can see things, and my ears open so I can hear things, and how do I honor you throughout my day?
We have I think it's fair to say as a denomination, and as most local churches, as I've experienced it, we have a pretty intellectually based group of people.
Oh, yes.
And for some, that's all they've tasted, it's all they've experienced, and they feel that's all they need. So for that person who thinks, well, I'm just fine, because my right side is I'm locked and loaded, what would you say to them that they might be missing if they don't try to explore that more emotive side of their faith journey?
I think the biggest thing is we all have this understanding of what we feel love is. And when we truly sit down to have that relationship side with God, I think that there's going to be an explosion in your heart and in your actions, and in it is a total shift changer. And I would encourage everybody to just start that process. And it can be a challenge, but all good, long-lasting relationships, you have I can go a week without praying because I get absorbed over here, and then it's like, oh, wait a minute, and I'm going to center myself back. So I think that if everybody just took that opportunity to sit back and really open up and start the process, that they're going to be able to see, they'll be able to see the whole world in a new light. It's truly, your eyes are opened and your heart is open to see. I used to see something and think, oh, well, this is this. But now I look at it and I think, oh, is God giving me an opportunity to impact somebody's life? Is God giving me an opportunity to change somebody's perspective? And I want to say it's mind-blowing, but it really is.
It is, yeah.
It is.
Okay.
It is something that I regret not doing decades earlier, because I feel like I lost out on a lot. I missed a lot of opportunities because I didn't start the process until my 30s.
Yeah,
and
nice.
I sit back and I see other people, and some people started that process when they were teenagers, and I am in awe of them. I just totally am in awe of people who are willing to sit back and do that self-reflecting do that hard work so that they can just change the world. And
Okay.
they change the world for God. You don't do it for yourself, you do it for God.
Okay. I'm sure many are in awe of your 3 hours of prayer a day, so I am.
I have a long car ride.
All right, well, let's thank Annette, okay, would you? Oh, my goodness sakes, that's not easy.